Alex's hands trembled slightly as he stepped onto the metal platform that led to the grand audition hall. The air was thick with the hum of alien technology, and the faint glow of the shipyard lights reflected off the polished surface beneath his boots. He had never seen anything like this. Massive starships floated in the hangar, some suspended by invisible energy fields, others moving on magnetic rails. Each vessel seemed alive, humming with quiet power. And here he was, a human, about to compete with beings who had spent their entire lives mastering this technology. Humans were rare in the interstellar guilds. Other species looked at them with a mixture of curiosity and condescension. Most considered humans fragile, unpredictable, and unfit for handling alien machinery. Alex had heard the whispers, felt the eyes on him as he walked past towering insectoid engineers, crystalline beings who shifted light across their surfaces, and tentacled species whose limbs moved in ways that would have made a human's head spin. But he had something they didn't: improvisation, intuition, and a mind that could think outside rigid systems. The hall was enormous. Panels and screens floated in midair, displaying schematics that twisted and turned as if alive. 3 judges sat behind a levitating desk, their forms more symbolic than human. The first was tall and serpentine, eyes glinting like polished gems. The second appeared almost like a walking crystal, fractal patterns shifting across its body. The third seemed ordinary, though nothing about its glowing, humanoid form suggested it was in any way human. They watched Alex silently as he approached. "State your name, human," the serpentine one hissed. Its voice was soft but carried an edge of authority. "Alex Turner," he said, keeping his voice steady despite the pounding of his heart. "I'm here to audition as a ship engineer. Humans are good at adapting." Before him lay a complex system of conduits, energy cores, and nanite-infused circuits. The task was simple in theory: repair the system so it could regulate energy output to a prototype ship. Simple, except that no alien had been able to fully stabilize it. Each attempt ended with a misalignment, a short circuit, or a failed energy containment. He took a deep breath. His fingers hovered over the controls, scanning the interface. To an alien, this display might have been indecipherable at first glance. To a human, patterns often revealed themselves when others assumed randomness. Alex closed his eyes for a moment and pictured the energy flow as water through pipes. Where was it blocked? Where did it surge too fast? He could feel the system as much as he could see it. Minutes passed. The room was silent except for the low hum of the system and the soft clicking of Alex's tools. The serpentine judge leaned forward, narrowing its eyes, clearly curious but skeptical. The crystal being's surface shimmered in what Alex guessed was fascination. The humanoid judge said nothing, but its glow intensified slightly, like it was holding its breath. Then suddenly the system sparked. A conduit flared, energy twisting unpredictably. Alex reacted instantly. He rerouted auxiliary circuits, using a combination of human improvisation and logic. Where the aliens had relied solely on brute calculation, he thought about how energy behaved under unusual conditions. He anticipated surges, creating temporary buffers with the tools at hand. Slowly, the system stabilized. The energy flow became steady, humming perfectly within operational parameters. The judges watched in silence for a long moment. Then the serpentine judge hissed softly, a sound that Alex guessed was approval. "No one has done this," it said. "Not even those trained in the system for decades. The system, it tells you what it wants." He was respected at least slightly for what he could do. "Impressive," the humanoid judge said finally. "But ingenuity alone is not enough. You must work under pressure in environments that are unpredictable and sometimes hostile. Are you ready for that?" "Perhaps you are, worth further observation." After the audition, the judges left without further comment. Alex stepped back from the station, his tools now idle, the repaired system quietly humming. Other candidates glanced at him, some with envy, others with disbelief. A few whispered among themselves, their alien voices low and curious. It was clear they had not expected a human to succeed. Alex packed his tools carefully, preparing to leave. He assumed this was the end of his audition. After all, the final decision would take time, and he would likely return to waiting. Then a voice echoed through the hall. "Alex Turner." The sound was not coming from the judges' desks. It came from somewhere else. "Alex Turner," the voice repeated. "Come to the Queen's chamber immediately." Only the highest-ranking beings in this sector had the privilege, or perhaps the danger, of entering her presence. Alex swallowed hard. His mind raced with possibilities. Was he being punished? Was there a mistake? Or could it be something else? He followed the directions given by the softly glowing arrows on the floor, his every step echoing in the vast corridors of the shipyard. The walls pulsed faintly with light, responding to his presence. He had never seen anything like it. The technology here was beyond advanced, beyond anything he had imagined. And yet, somehow he felt it was meant for him. When he reached the chamber, the doors opened with a gentle hiss. Inside, the room was unlike anything he had ever imagined. Bioluminescent panels formed patterns across the walls, shifting slowly, casting colors that seemed alive. Platforms floated in midair, moving gracefully without apparent support. And at the center, seated on a raised platform that hovered just above the ground, was the Queen. She was magnificent, not in the human sense, but in a way that made him feel both small and honored. Her form shifted slightly, her surface glowing in soft waves of color like living light. Eyes, or something like eyes, studied him with an intensity that made him instinctively straighten his posture. "You have succeeded where many have failed," she said, her voice echoing gently through the chamber. "I have been watching you, Alex Turner. I am curious about your human approach to engineering. You rely on perception, intuition, creativity. This is rare. If you succeed, it will reveal truths long forgotten." The audition had been difficult, yes, but this, being summoned by the Queen herself, was beyond anything he could have imagined. And yet, despite his fear, a spark of excitement burned within him. Humans had always been underestimated. Perhaps it was time to show the galaxy what they were truly capable of. And somewhere deep inside, Alex knew that tomorrow would change everything. The next day, Alex arrived early at the shipyard, his mind still buzzing from the previous day's events. The morning glow of the distant sun lit the vast corridors as he walked toward the Queen's chamber. Every step felt heavier, not with fear, but with anticipation. He had fixed the system yesterday, proving humans could think in ways aliens could not. Now he was about to face a task no one had ever completed, a test set by the alien Queen herself. The corridors leading to the chamber were quiet. The soft hum of alien technology surrounded him, a constant reminder that he was far from Earth, far from the small labs and workshops he had trained in. Yet the quiet had its own kind of pressure. Alex felt it pressing on him, almost as if the ship itself was aware of the challenge that awaited him. When he reached the chamber doors, they opened silently, revealing the same awe-inspiring room from yesterday. Bioluminescent patterns flowed across the walls, reacting subtly to his presence. Platforms hovered gracefully, floating as though powered by thought alone. And at the center, the Queen awaited him, her glow shifting with soft waves of color. Her presence was calm, yet commanding, like a tide that could either lift him or push him under. "Alex Turner," the Queen said, her voice carrying that soft authority he had already come to recognize. "You have done well so far. But this task is not one of mere skill. It is one of understanding. There is a system that even my best engineers have failed to repair. You will attempt it." Alex followed, stepping carefully onto the floating platforms that seemed almost alive. Each step made him more aware of how different this environment was. Gravity felt flexible here, bending gently around the platforms and corridors. He could see why no one else had attempted this task. They lacked the courage or perhaps the patience to navigate this space. At last, they reached a small alcove at the heart of the chamber. Inside was a structure unlike anything Alex had ever seen. It was a tangle of conduits and energy nodes, floating in midair, pulsating with soft blue light. At its core was a device partially embedded in the structure, covered in alien markings and faintly glowing symbols. The Queen hovered a few feet away, her gaze fixed on him. "This device has resisted repair for decades," she said. "Its origin is unusual. Many have assumed it is alien in nature, but I have my doubts. Your task is to restore it to functionality." He could sense that the energy within it was unstable, flickering like a candle in the wind. The aliens had tried brute force methods, attempting to stabilize it with precision calculations. It had failed every time. Alex took a deep breath and knelt slightly to observe. He reached out with a gloved hand, allowing his fingers to hover near the conduits. He closed his eyes for a moment and imagined how this system might function. In his mind, it was a living network, seeking balance, responding to input like a neural system. Unlike the aliens who approached machines with calculation, Alex approached it with intuition. Hours passed. Alex worked quietly, rerouting energy flows, adjusting conduits, and using small tools to bridge nodes that seemed disconnected. At first, the device resisted him. Sparks flared, energy pulses misaligned, and the conduits vibrated unpredictably. Yet he remained calm, observing patterns and improvising solutions. He combined methods that no alien engineer would dare: tactile adjustments, subtle manual manipulations, and a careful study of how energy shifted within the system. The Queen watched silently. She made no motion, no sound, but Alex could feel her presence, almost like a tide guiding him rather than controlling him. He realized that this was not just a test of skill, it was a test of character. How he approached failure, how he adapted, and how he persisted mattered as much as the repair itself. As the sun outside the shipyard moved higher in the sky, Alex noticed something odd. A small module at the center of the device emitted a faint pulse that seemed irregular, almost like a heartbeat. No alien had ever mentioned it. Most would have ignored it, relying on calculated fixes. But Alex paused, focusing on the pulse. It was steady, yet faintly out of sync with the surrounding energy. "I see you have noticed it," the Queen said softly, her glow pulsing gently. "Few beings observe what is subtle, most only see what is obvious. I think it may be the key to the system." Slowly, the system began to respond. The flickering energy stabilized, conduits ceased vibrating, and the device hummed in perfect harmony. Alex stepped back, his hands shaking slightly from relief and excitement. The Queen's glow pulsed warmly. "You have succeeded where all others have failed," she said. "But there is more. Look closely at the device. It contains something hidden, something no alien has ever revealed." It was a star map, vast and ancient, showing constellations and systems unknown to current galactic charts. This is incredible," Alex whispered. The patterns were intricate, precise, yet somehow intuitive. His mind raced. Humans had navigated the stars with basic instruments for centuries, yet this map suggested knowledge far older than human spacefaring history. The Queen hovered closer, her glow pulsing with curiosity. "You understand it, do you not?" she asked. I think I do," Alex said slowly. "It's like a guide, a path to places forgotten, maybe even lost civilizations. I've never seen anything like this, but it feels familiar." "You, Alex Turner, perceive patterns as humans do. You connect things that others see as separate. That is why you succeeded." His intuition, his adaptability, his willingness to trust what he felt, these were strengths the aliens did not possess. "Your achievement is more than repair," the Queen said, her voice echoing softly in the chamber. "It is discovery. You have revealed knowledge that has been hidden for centuries." He could feel the hum of energy beneath the surface, connecting systems, showing routes through uncharted space. His mind raced with possibilities. Lost civilizations, hidden resources, perhaps even remnants of humanity's ancient past. The Queen's glow pulsed again. "This is why I summoned you. Your species, though young, has potential that rivals the oldest in the galaxy. Humans have intuition, creativity, and perseverance that few others possess. You see connections where others see chaos. You think beyond rules when rules fail. That is a rare gift." "That is enough, but there is more to this map. It reveals a path, Alex Turner, a path to knowledge and understanding that may shape the future of your species. Will you follow it?" "I will follow it, Your Majesty." There are systems to explore, secrets to uncover, and challenges to overcome. Yet here he was, standing in a chamber filled with technology beyond imagination, guided by the Queen, and realizing that humans could achieve more than anyone had thought. As he left the chamber, the corridors of the shipyard no longer seemed intimidating. They seemed full of possibility. He had passed the audition in ways that others could not, and he had uncovered knowledge that even the most advanced beings had overlooked. Humans had been underestimated, dismissed, and doubted. But Alex now understood something important. Humans could rise to challenges no one else could, simply by trusting their minds, their intuition, and their ability to adapt. For the first time, Alex felt a sense of purpose that went beyond earning a place among alien engineers. He was part of something larger, something that could change the way the galaxy viewed humanity. And as he looked out at the stars from the observation decks, he realized that this was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, full of mysteries and opportunities, and humans, fragile, underestimated, adaptable humans, had a place among the stars. The next morning, Alex returned to the chamber with a sense of anticipation that made his heart beat faster than ever. The Queen had entrusted him with a task that no other engineer had ever completed, and she had hinted at something far older and more mysterious hidden within the device he had activated. Today, he would explore the secrets it contained, and he could feel that the universe itself seemed to hold its breath as he stepped onto the floating platforms. The chamber was still as awe-inspiring as the day before. Bioluminescent patterns danced across the walls, pulsing gently in rhythm with his own breathing. The platforms hovered in silent motion, almost alive as they adjusted slightly to his weight. At the center, the device waited, humming quietly, its energy flowing steadily through the conduits. The star map he had activated yesterday glowed faintly, as though encouraging him to look deeper. Alex approached carefully, scanning the intricate network of energy conduits and ancient markings. The markings were like nothing he had ever seen. They seemed alien, yet familiar in a strange, unexplainable way. His eyes traced the lines, following their flow as they twisted and turned through the device. Something about the patterns resonated with his mind, like a memory of something long forgotten. "The module is more than it appears," the Queen's voice echoed softly. "You have activated it, but now you must explore its inner workings. Few beings can understand it, and fewer still can interact with it without causing instability." He hesitated for a moment, then focused his mind on the flow of energy, imagining it as a river seeking balance. He allowed his intuition to guide him, adjusting conduits and reconnecting nodes with gentle precision. As he worked, he noticed a section of the module that seemed disconnected from the rest. Tiny panels opened to reveal a series of ancient symbols, faintly glowing. Alex's breath caught. These symbols were human, not modern human, but something older, something prehistoric. He had studied ancient Earth civilizations and forgotten scripts, but this was beyond any known language, yet somehow he could sense its meaning. "It is human," he whispered, almost to himself. This is ours." "Yes," she said. "It is a relic of your species, though its origin predates your recorded history. Many have tried to understand it, but only one who perceives patterns as humans do can interpret it." It was a three-dimensional structure, intricate and vast, resembling a network of planets, stars, and energy channels. It was more than a map. It was a blueprint of the galaxy as it once had been, showing civilizations that no longer existed and systems that had long since vanished from known charts. He traced his fingers through the holographic network. The stars aligned in patterns that felt familiar, like echoes of stories his ancestors had told, tales of voyagers and explorers who traveled across the stars. Humans had always looked up at the sky, dreaming of the unknown. Now Alex realized humans had been there long before they remembered. This is incredible," Alex murmured. "It's not just a map, it's a record, our history. Lost civilizations, our own ancestors perhaps, and knowledge of the stars we never knew existed. You see patterns where others see chaos, and you trust intuition alongside observation. This is why humans have survived and thrived." His species, thought to be insignificant, had left traces of their presence across the stars, hidden for millennia, waiting for someone to recognize them. He focused on the module, adjusting the conduits and linking energy flows with careful precision. Slowly, the holographic map expanded, revealing more details. Alex noticed that certain nodes were pulsing with energy more brightly than others. They were not random. They formed paths, routes through the galaxy that were hidden from current charts. He realized these were trade routes, exploration paths, and perhaps even communication channels used by ancient humans and other civilizations long lost. "This is more than technology," Alex said aloud. "It's a story, a history, a guide to understanding our place in the universe." The device responded beautifully to his touch, as if recognizing a kindred mind. Each adjustment revealed more of the ancient star network, showing systems and planets that had not been charted in millennia. As he worked, Alex realized that the module was not just a historical record. It was functional. Energy pathways could be activated to create communication channels or even transportation routes between distant star systems. The implications were staggering. Humans had not only explored the galaxy in their ancient past, they had developed technology far beyond what was currently known. The Queen's voice broke his concentration. "You have discovered more than I anticipated. Few beings can activate this module without destabilizing it. You, however, have done so effortlessly. This is proof of human ingenuity. Perhaps that is why we survive, even when others underestimate us. This is why you were chosen, Alex Turner." He looked at the holographic map again, tracing the routes, imagining the civilizations that had once flourished along them. Trade networks, exploration paths, communication channels, everything connected in a web of knowledge that spoke to the ingenuity of his ancestors. He felt a deep sense of responsibility. Humans had been underestimated, yes, but now they had the opportunity to reclaim a part of their heritage. "Your task is not complete," the Queen said softly. "There are more secrets within this module, paths to knowledge and understanding that require insight, intuition, and courage. You have proven you possess these qualities. Now you must explore further." He adjusted the module again, linking a previously inactive node to the main energy flow. The device hummed louder and a hidden compartment opened. Inside was a small object, no larger than a human hand, covered in ancient symbols. It radiated energy subtly, like a heartbeat waiting to be felt. Alex picked it up carefully, feeling its warmth and pulse. It was clearly old, yet preserved perfectly. He could sense its purpose, though he did not yet fully understand it. Somehow it resonated with him, as if recognizing a human touch after centuries of dormancy. The Queen's glow brightened. "That object has been waiting for one of your kind. Many have tried to activate it, to understand it, but none succeeded. Humans can perceive its function instinctively. You have done so. This is a rare gift." They were explorers, innovators, and survivors, capable of uncovering secrets that even the most advanced civilizations could not. This changes everything," Alex whispered. He looked up at the Queen, who floated gracefully, her glow pulsating gently in approval. "Humans, we've been underestimated for too long. Perhaps now we can finally show what we are capable of. And through your actions, others will begin to see what I have always known." As he carefully placed the small object back into the module and stepped back, the holographic map pulsed gently. The galaxy stretched before him, full of mysteries and possibilities. And for the first time, Alex felt that humans had a rightful place among the stars, not as underdogs, not as fragile beings, but as equals capable of shaping the future. He looked out at the stars, glowing beyond the chamber's walls, and knew that this was only the beginning of a journey that could redefine what it meant to be human in a galaxy full of wonders. The following morning, Alex returned to the Queen's chamber with a sense of purpose he had never felt before. The module he had discovered was more than a machine. It was a key to a lost legacy, a record of ancient knowledge that few beings had ever glimpsed. As he stepped onto the floating platforms, the bioluminescent patterns of the chamber seemed to pulse in welcome, as if recognizing him as a guardian of that knowledge. The Queen hovered at the center, her light flowing in calm waves. "Alex Turner," she said, her voice echoing gently. "You have progressed well. The module responds to your touch, and the knowledge it reveals is vast. You have begun to understand not only its function, but the history it preserves. It is recognition. The galaxy has underestimated your species for too long. Many believe humans are fragile, insignificant, yet you have uncovered knowledge that eludes even the oldest civilizations. This is why I offer you a role among my Council of Engineers, not as a human guest, but as a respected member." Respect among aliens, especially at this level, was not given lightly. It was earned through ingenuity, wisdom, and trust. "I accept your majesty," he said. "I will serve and contribute with all I can." It is earned by actions, by insight, and by understanding the responsibilities that come with knowledge. You will now work alongside the finest engineers from multiple civilizations, solving problems that have never been resolved before. You have activated its core, but its hidden sequences remain. These sequences contain maps, schematics, and technologies long forgotten. You will study them, interpret them, and determine their potential. Others may doubt your abilities, but your species has a talent they do not possess: intuition. Ancient energy conduits linked distant star systems, suggesting trade routes, communication pathways, and even methods of travel that had been forgotten. Alex could see patterns that no alien engineer had noticed, routes that were perfectly aligned with the module's energy flows. "This is remarkable," he whispered. "The paths connect in ways that suggest intentional planning, a network spanning millennia. Humans must have been far more advanced in the past than we realize. Yet your ability to perceive connections, to adapt, and to explore beyond assumptions is what sets you apart. You understand what others cannot. This is why I have chosen you." Slowly, the module revealed more of its secrets. Small compartments opened to display ancient tools, star charts, and devices of intricate design. Each item spoke of intelligence, creativity, and knowledge far beyond current civilizations. Alex felt a sense of awe. Humans, long dismissed as fragile, had contributed to the galaxy in ways that were forgotten. As he studied one compartment, he discovered a series of symbols that resonated deeply. They were human in origin, yet ancient, predating known history. He traced the lines with his fingers, feeling a connection that went beyond technology. It was as if the module recognized him, or perhaps the human mind, as a key to unlocking its secrets. The Queen's voice broke his concentration. You perceive what others cannot. Many beings rely solely on logic, calculation, and brute force. You rely on intuition, perception, and creativity. That is why the module responds to you. That is why humans are remarkable. And that is why you will lead in discovering its full potential. He realized that humans' greatest strength lay not in size, speed, or power, but in their ability to adapt, to think creatively, and to perceive connections where others saw chaos. This insight strengthened his resolve. "I will not disappoint you, Your Majesty," he said firmly. "I will explore its secrets, understand its purpose, and ensure its knowledge benefits all who seek it responsibly. Remember, humans see patterns where others do not. Trust that." Slowly, he began to see a structure emerge, a pattern of nodes that suggested both transportation and communication networks designed to link civilizations across vast distances. "This is incredible," he whispered. "The ancients must have built this to connect the galaxy in ways we've never understood. If humans could interpret this, perhaps we can restore these roots and unlock knowledge lost for millennia." Energy flowed smoothly from node to node, linking distant systems, revealing hidden pathways, and unlocking compartments that contained additional information. Alex felt a sense of triumph. Humans had been underestimated, yes, but their ingenuity, adaptability, and intuition had allowed him to unlock secrets that no alien engineer could. He realized that this was only the beginning. The galaxy held mysteries waiting to be discovered, and humans had a unique role in uncovering them. The Queen spoke softly. "You have demonstrated skill, insight, and perseverance. Now you must share your findings with the Council. Present your interpretation, your suggestions for utilizing these pathways, and your ideas for exploration. Many will doubt you, but trust your instincts." Humans are often underestimated, yet capable of remarkable insight. Your species' greatest potential lies not only in discovery, but in understanding how to use that discovery responsibly. Remember this, Alex Turner. Humans had been dismissed as fragile and insignificant, yet here he was, interpreting ancient technology and revealing knowledge that had been hidden for centuries. He understood that this was a turning point, not only for himself but for his species. As he moved through the corridors of the shipyard, his mind raced with possibilities. The ancient network could revolutionize travel, communication, and knowledge sharing across the galaxy. Humans, underestimated and often overlooked, could now play a central role in shaping the future. Alex felt pride, not in himself alone, but in the potential of humanity. When he arrived at the council chamber, he was met with skeptical glances from engineers of various species. Many had worked for decades, yet none had fully activated the module or interpreted its hidden sequences. They looked at him, a human with doubt and curiosity, unsure of what to expect. Alex took a deep breath and began his presentation. He explained the structure of the energy network, traced the connections between distant star systems, and described how the module's hidden pathways could be restored to operational use. He emphasized the importance of perception, intuition, and adaptability in understanding systems that seemed chaotic or incomprehensible. The council listened in silence. At first, some exchanged doubtful glances, questioning a human's ability to comprehend such advanced systems. But as Alex continued, pointing out patterns and connections that others had overlooked, murmurs of astonishment began to ripple through the chamber. "This is remarkable," one alien engineer finally said, her crystalline body shimmering with approval. "No one has noticed these connections before. The human perspective, it is unique." The council members nodded, some reluctantly, others with growing admiration. The Queen's glow pulsed gently in the chamber, signaling her approval. "You have represented your species well," she said. "Humans are often underestimated, yet capable of remarkable insight. You have shown this to all present. Continue to lead, Alex Turner, and guide others with your perspective." Your ingenuity and wisdom will shape the future of this galaxy. There were more mysteries to uncover, more knowledge to interpret, and more opportunities to prove that humans were not fragile, but remarkable in their own right. As the council dispersed, Alex remained focused on the module, tracing its energy flows and preparing for the next stage of discovery. He understood now that humans' greatest strength lay not only in ingenuity, but in the courage to explore the unknown, to trust their intuition, and to perceive connections others could not see. The galaxy was vast, full of mysteries, and humans had a rightful place among the stars. Alex returned to the Queen's chamber one final time, his heart pounding with a mix of anticipation and awe. The module he had been studying had already revealed secrets that no alien had ever unlocked, and each day he felt closer to understanding the full scope of its knowledge. Today, the Queen had promised to show him the ultimate truth, the one that would explain why humans had always been underestimated, yet secretly admired across the galaxy. The chamber was as magnificent as ever. Bioluminescent patterns flowed across the walls, shifting in complex waves that seemed to respond to Alex's presence. The floating platforms carried him smoothly to the center, where the Queen hovered, her glow brighter and warmer than before. "Alex Turner," she said, her voice echoing softly but firmly, "you have proven your skill, insight, and perseverance. You have activated the module, interpreted its hidden sequences, and revealed knowledge that even the most experienced beings have failed to see. Today, you will see what has been hidden from your species for millennia. Now observe and understand. What you will see may shock you, yet it will reveal your species' true potential." Then a hidden compartment opened at the base of the module, revealing a set of artifacts unlike anything he had ever seen. They were unmistakably human. Small devices, delicate yet advanced, covered in symbols that matched ancient Earth scripts. Alex's breath caught. He had seen human-made modules, but these were older, far older than anything recorded in history. Some seemed to be tools of exploration, others contained energy sources or communication devices. Their designs were elegant, precise, and surprisingly intuitive. "These were created by your species," the Queen said. "Long before your current history, humans explored the stars. You were present in the galaxy far earlier than you remember. Your technology was advanced, your knowledge vast, yet it was lost over time. Many civilizations have respected and admired humans, even when your species was unaware of its own legacy. Your ancestors left traces across multiple star systems, creating networks and devices to connect civilizations. Many of your records were lost, erased by time, yet your legacy persisted subtly, influencing other species' development." He could sense its purpose, not as a weapon, not as a tool of conquest, but as a device designed to understand, to communicate, and to connect. Humans had created technology that promoted collaboration and exploration, embodying the qualities that had made his species resilient. "So that's why aliens, they underestimated us, but they've always noticed something special," Alex whispered. "They've seen our creativity, our intuition, our ability to adapt. Few recognize it, but it is a gift." He realized that humans' greatest strength lay not in brute force or advanced calculations, but in perception, creativity, and courage, the very traits that had allowed him to unlock the module. The Queen gestured toward the holographic map. "Observe these pathways. They are not only routes between star systems, but also guides to knowledge. These nodes contain lessons, records of civilizations, energy sources, and technologies that your species created. You are now the first human in millennia to perceive them fully." He noticed patterns that suggested networks for communication, trade, and exploration, systems designed to connect beings across vast distances. Humans had not only traveled the stars, but they had also created systems that enabled civilizations to thrive collectively. This is incredible," he whispered. "Our ancestors, they weren't just surviving. They were shaping the galaxy. That is why you have succeeded." He carefully examined another artifact, a small device that seemed designed to record and project information. When he activated it, a holographic image appeared, showing human explorers moving across distant star systems, interacting with alien civilizations, and constructing advanced networks. It was a visual record of humanity's forgotten past, a testament to ingenuity and exploration. "This is amazing," Alex murmured. "Our history, it's not lost, it's hidden waiting for someone to understand it. You are a bridge between your species and the galaxy, a proof that humans are capable of greatness. "Your Majesty," he said, "I understand now. Humans have always been underestimated, but we've also always been capable. Our ancestors, they left a mark across the stars. And now it's our turn to continue that work, to reclaim our place and to show what we can truly do. Remember this, humans are remarkable not because of their strength, but because of their ability to perceive, adapt, and innovate. You have demonstrated this fully. The galaxy will now see what your species is capable of, beginning with you." The knowledge he had uncovered was powerful, but it was also a responsibility. Humans were no longer to be dismissed as fragile or weak. They had a place among the stars, and their ingenuity could shape the future of countless civilizations. He spent hours studying the artifacts, mapping the pathways, and understanding the energy networks. Each discovery reinforced what he had already realized. Humans were explorers, thinkers, and innovators. Their legacy was not lost, merely hidden, waiting for someone who could perceive it to bring it back to life. When he finally stepped away from the module, the Queen's glow enveloped him in a gentle light. "You have done well, Alex Turner. You have proven humans' potential, rediscovered their legacy, and begun the journey to restore their place among the stars. Go now and carry this knowledge responsibly. The galaxy awaits your species' contribution." He looked out at the stars beyond the chamber, their light stretching across endless distances, and felt a connection he had never known before. He realized that this was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, full of mysteries, opportunities, and challenges. Humans had once played a central role, and now they could again. He could see the paths, the connections, and the possibilities. And through his insight and perseverance, he would help guide humanity back to the stars where they belonged. As he stepped onto the floating platforms to leave the chamber, Alex felt pride and purpose coursing through him. Humans were underestimated, yes, but that underestimation was no longer a limitation. It was an advantage. Others would doubt them, but humans had the ingenuity, adaptability, and vision to rise above expectations. He knew that when he returned to his species, he would carry not only knowledge but also inspiration. Humans could achieve greatness, and the galaxy would come to recognize it. The forgotten paths, the ancient technologies, and the legacy of explorers long past were all within reach. And Alex Turner, a single human among countless beings, had unlocked the door to that potential. For the first time, he felt the weight of possibility. Humanity was no longer a minor player, dismissed and overlooked. They were connectors, explorers, innovators, and survivors, and through their courage, creativity, and perception, they could shape the destiny of the galaxy. Alex gazed at the stars once more, the light reflecting in his eyes, and smiled. The journey had just begun. Humans had been underestimated, but now they were ready to prove themselves. The galaxy was vast, the challenges were many, and the opportunities were endless. And for the first time, Alex felt certain that humans could rise to meet them, because they always had, and now they finally knew it.